Well, welcome everybody. For those of you that were able to attend this session last Tuesday, I welcome you back. Again, for those that were not able to, then this is their opportunity to see what you missed. We really just went over the syllabus. I introduced myself, and those that were in attendance introduced themselves. I want to make it clear of the importance of attending as many of the online sessions as humanly possible. I also want to make it important for you to understand that emails need to be checked on a daily basis. I send out emails as much as I can to keep you informed of all the current information. It is vitally important that you look at your emails and respond when is appropriate, especially if it involves an online class. For instance, if I ask you for a topic of an online class, things that you would like for me to go over, it's much easier if I know what you would like me to go over. So I ask that you respond to those. Please understand also that part of your participation grade comes from emails that I send out and that you reply to. So with that, let me address, my name is Richard Foster. I've been teaching at Berry for 15 years. I've been an IT director for over 25 years and a computer consultant previous to that, and a full-time programmer. So I have a lot of experience in education. The IT director has been all in an educational environment. So, and I've been teaching computer science in high school level for over 25 years, as well as in the college level for 15 years. So here's all my pertinent information over here. Please feel free to contact me. I check my emails 3 or 4 times a day, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. It's very rare that I take longer than a day, and most of the time I'm able to get back to you within the same day. So with that, I'm not going to go over all of the ins and outs of the syllabus, but you can read most of it for yourself. Vitally important that you purchase, if you have not already, the PC Pro, which I will show you which one it is. You'll get that from Test Out. This is the discount code, which gives you a substantial discount, so make sure that you put that in there. If you've never used Test Out before, then you're going to need to go in there and create an account for yourself. Once you do that, you can purchase products and associate yourself with a class. There's complete instructions on how to do that. Pace, philosophy, relation, and all that you can read on your own. This is my Word version of the document from my local computer. It's posted online at Berry. Here is your assessments in here. So we have discussions in there. They're worth 25% of your grade. I strongly recommend that you do a very good job on them, because I do look at them very seriously, and I check to see that you've done your research and that you've going to respond to other people and not just go through the motions of throwing a few things together and do that. It's important that you do that. It is worth 25% of your grades, so you want to make sure that you do a good job on them. Section exams are a little bit more challenging. You're going to need to take an exam. You can take it, I believe, 3 times, and I will take the average of it. I don't remember exactly, but I believe it's 3 in there. So make sure that you do a good job in there. Laboratory simulations, you can take as many times as you like. I will take the highest grade. My goal is for you to be able to do them properly. However, to avoid you just clicking on ending it and seeing how to do it, you will get an average of those grades in there just to see if you've done it. In other words, if you click on end it without doing anything and it shows you step by step how to do it, then you go in there and do it. The next one, of course, is going to be 100. Then you're going to get a 50 for the grade in there. As soon as I see something, a 0 or a 10, I know that that's what you're doing. So please don't do that, because it's only going to hurt. And yes, there have been students that have tried that, and I don't like giving out 4 grades. I really like people that really make an effort, and because if you're an IT person, then obviously this is going to affect your overall job performance when you get there. If you're a history major, then no big deal unless you're planning on being a professional historian in there. But IT is the one thing that you normally have to take an exam in there to see how qualified you are. So if you skip corners, then it's going to pay off in a negative way. So we have a final exam, which is going to be the certification practice exam. You can also take the cert exam, which comes with it for free. You don't have to take it for this class. However, it does have to be proctored. There is the world famous reflective essay. However, you can do it on something other than what's there, especially because a lot of them are the same. And then, of course, we talked about participation. Grading is here. I strongly emphasize that you do your very best. If you are at a 92.8 and you're asking me, are you going to get an A? Then probably I'm going to look at, well, did he respond or she respond to my emails on a timely basis? Were the discussions, did they just go through the motions, or did they really make an effort? So all these things get into consideration in there. I'm happy to give an extra point when necessary, but just bear in mind that you have to actually earn that in there. Look at it just like a basketball, and you either goes in or it doesn't go in. You don't get credit if it rolls around the rim and bounces off. So I ask again, of course, that you do the very, very best that you can in here. Okay, lab sends in here exams and labs, so you can read that on your own. So I have in it earning fewer than the specified average points will result in loss. So on in here, I do have, you can repeat these in here. I do have if a student has a score 50 or lower in the simulation, then the average score will be recorded and not the highest. Yes, I've been burnt, which is why I do that. So I know none of you will do that. Everything will be in Canvas. There should really be never a time when there's a question, do we need to do this, or when is it due, unless I've neglected to put something specific in the Canvas. Then of course that's on me. But before you ask me when is something due, just look in Canvas. It should show you exactly when it's due. If not, please let me know so I can make that correction. Again, the A+ certification practice exams, here's more information on here. The reflective essay is in there in the syllabus, and you'll see more about that. Here's your participation. And again, note, responding timely to emails is also a factor in determining your participant grade, and it's going to be up to 50% of your overall grade. Participation also includes getting your work in on time. As far as getting your work in on time, I understand things pop up. If something is due on Tuesday and you Thursday, you're going to get marked down on it. However, if you email me ahead of time or you text me ahead of time and say, I'm sorry, something's popped up, or even if you email after it's due and go, oh, I'm sorry, I totally forgot to submit this, then that's one thing. But if you just turn it in whenever you feel like turning in. Remember, deadlines or due dates are not just suggested due dates. They're the day that they're due. I will be working with you, of course, as very much as I humanly possibly can. So again, all our meetings are going to be on WebEx. It'll be all the same link in there. I normally do not record my meetings because I like students to feel comfortable. I will make individual videos of that for those that miss it. We only went over the syllabus, and I allowed students to ask a few questions on that in there, and then we decided to just go on to the next one. So here are basically all your responsibilities. How to contact me. Email is the easiest way. My text is in Canvas, so you can always text me. I prefer that you don't call me unless it's an absolute emergency, but of course that you can text me, especially if you send me an email that's vitally important to be answered right away. Then please send me a text that sent you an email. Make sure that you tell me your name, obviously, because I don't have all your cell phones is my contacts, and I will only see a phone number in there. And if you do text me, please do not text after, say, 9:30 in there. unless again, of course, it's an emergency. So we have here basically the same stuff, hardware, software in here, general information, late work in here. So you can look at that on your own. If you have any questions on that, that's there. Okay, we're going to get to the work eventually when we get through all this mumbo jumbo. Here it is. So these are the things that we're going to do. Now there's a lot of work to do in here. So please make sure that you get and stay on top of things. Very, very, very important in here. So your modules, these are what we're going to be doing every week, and I will have an assignment section every week so you can look at that as well. I may update this, but I'm trying not to. Now, the reflective essay, this is the same assignment that is in several classes, so please feel free if you feel this is not for you and you want to come up with something else, then yes, you're going to need to write a 450, 500 word essay, APA style, that is going to address whatever you think is important to you. If you've already done this assignment, then please do not turn this back in again. So especially this will be turned in from turn it in, and will flag that you've already turned it in. So please, and then you will get a 0 on it. So please make sure that if you've already turned it in, don't. And remember, when you do your assignments in there, they need to be your own work. So again, these are your rubrics that I go by. And here is LabSim ordering information, how to order it. Make sure that you do the discount code. And then we have our class link in there, which I believe is 2003 OB IT 190 R Foster, which I'll show you next. So that's the syllabus. Let me go into test out, which is here. So you can see that this is the class that you're going to be doing. This is the other class I'm teaching right now. So you're going to do test out PC Pro. So once you click on it, you'll see it's all broken down by chapters. These are things. Anything like this is a video. Anything that's got a little mouse is a simulation on how to do that. So I like to do simulations in class. So if you're having trouble with a simulation, I highly suggest that you email me ahead of time. I'm happy to do a special WebEx or Zoom meeting with you. Normally my private meetings are Zoom because they're just much easier than WebEx. So WebEx is a little resource hogs and it tends to crash. So please feel free to let me know, and I'd be more than happy to address that as well. We're going to have sessions every other week, and I'm going to ask to see if we can do them on Mondays. I'll send out an email because there are 2 students in the class that have other classes on Tuesday, so I want to try to be as accommodating as humanly possible. So that's test out over here. So I'm going to go into Canvas. And this is our class here. So take a look at all the modules. Right now, you can probably only see Module 1. You might be able to see Module 2. I'll tell you in a second. And Module 2 is not posted. So these are, you can see I'll have that posted by the end of this weekend. Happy 4th of July to everybody, by the way. And hope that you have a safe holiday. Now, everything here is due on the July 5th with the exception of the questionnaire. That is due. That's actually due. So you need to have that done. Because of the holiday weekend, even though it says July 5th, I'm going to extend it to July 8th. So this must be done by July 8th in there. There'll be no penalty whatsoever. So take care of that. Notice that these are all broken down. Here's all your assignments. Introduce yourself. Module 1 simulations and Module 1 quizzes in here. So this will tell you exactly what to do. This is the simulations for Chapter 1, simulations for Chapter 2. And all you have to do, you do not submit anything for the simulations or the quizzes other than a text message saying, I submitted them. These are supplementary resources that you can use that will help you. And anything that's here, you're not going to be able to see. So I will have week 2, which is going to be basically the same thing in here. I want to show you one other resource, and that's Professor Messer. And you can see that here is the 2 versions of IT, A+. Here's all free videos. So if you're looking at one of the videos that in Test Out that you're really not understanding, then feel free to look at that. Going back to Test Out, if you want to take the exams with a little bit of assistance, then I strongly recommend that you take the facts, because a lot of the questions are on the facts. It's hard to memorize every single thing that's going on in here. And you can copy or you can print these facts out in here. I highly recommend. In addition, if you're taking a video, this is a video here, Computing Basics. If you play it with the interactive script, then you can copy this and paste the script directly into Word. If you don't, then you'll see, now I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear, but you're going to see that it just goes straight through. And if you want to get somewhere else, you can click there and take it. And any piece of hardware. So that takes care of our Test Out. And now remember that in Module 1, and make sure you've done all this over here. Here is the syllabus. Here is a little bit of me in here. Here's my cell phone. So we'll go back to modules. Eventually we'll go back to modules. And make sure that you take care of all of these things in here. And if there's any other questions that you have, this is the written summary of what we just did. If you were in class, then you already have instructions on how to do that as well. But for those of you that were not in class, then you need to make sure that you submit exactly what I talked about today. Go over the syllabus, the things I talked about in the syllabus, go over Test Out, go over Professor Messer, and all the things that we talked about. That is a grade. So with that, I wish you a great weekend. I wish you a great holiday. I hope that you stay safe for all that you do. And then please remember that if there's anything that you need me to do, please let me know, and I'd be more than happy to do that. So have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.